Hello, hello. What you doing? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Welcome. Whatever you may be doing, I want you to listen in for tonight because I think it's going to absolutely help you and some other loved ones. We are going to be talking about love on tonight. Because tomorrow's this great love day that people are, constantly talking about and wanting to spend money on and those kind of things. But I want to share some love that can help you live a longer and healthier life. You ask, how? Well, come on in. Welcome to another Drama is Life, where we talk about what was, what is, and what is to come regarding mental and social topics. And I am your host and founder of In Time CC, or In Time Creative Counseling Services. In Time CCS is the short version of it. But I'm Theresa White, CEO and founder. My practice is located in Terre Haute, Indiana, where I offer in-person and telehealth sessions for adolescents, adults, families, etc. So if you want information about drama therapy, expressive arts, traditional counseling, or faith-based services, please reach out to us during our office hours. You can find out information from any of our social media pages. Our website is intime, INTIMECCS.com. So let's get on into the topic. So come on in, whatever you may be doing, whether you're cooking dinner, I need you to listen tonight. I need you to really tune in and then not just be a flyby. Let me click, and then move on. You want to hear what we're going to talk about tonight. Because I want to talk about self-love. And how many people have heard about self-care? And we have like blown up self-care and it's great. We need self-care. But I want to talk about a little bit of a different term regarding self-love and how it connects and is so important when we talk about the Black community and Black History Month. African American community, people of color, we need love. You ever heard that song? We need love. But anyway, so yes, come on in. I want to just share, and I'm going to give probably about a good 6 or 7 things you can do to show self-love with regards to particularly that I think is really important for the Black community and Black families, Black culture, and how we have shown love in the past and how sometimes it may not really attribute the love that we need to be showing for longevity as we talk about Black history and leaving a legacy. So again, we've been talking about that, leaving a legacy for the generations behind us and even the generation that we have with us currently. So I wanted to hit on some ways: mind, body, soul, and spirit. So I want to give you a couple. So maybe I'll give you 8 tips on, or 8 tools, very tangible. Don't got to completely shift your whole life situations in order to show yourself some love. So let's start with the mind. So right now, I want you to come on in because I need your attention for you to hear this. Because a lot of times we are doing 25 things at once, 20 tabs open at once, as we're listening to this and doing that. But one of the things that we need is focus, because there are so many things that are distracting in our lives, which is distracting us from love of self and caring for ourselves. So I want you to, when we talk about the mind, and you may hear people say, stimulate your mind, you know what I mean? And you hear that on the funny way on the movie Friday. But it's a true statement. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. I don't know who said that. I'm quoting it, but it absolutely is. And a lot of people, talking to, even by myself, have wasted the mind with scrolling, looking at things that are not fulfilling or intellectually stimulating, and it's wasting mental space in your brain, literally mental matter. So when we talk about mental matters, absolutely mental matter. So I want you to read, and I don't care what it is. I want to tell you, when we talk about Black history, it's really important because in history, with the time during enslavement, a lot of people that were enslaved in our families and our heritage were not allowed to read and fought for the right for people to be able to, people of color, Black people, to be able to read. And it will absolutely be an honor to make sure that we're reading and not reading what Google is saying. No disrespect to Google. Not reading what people are posting on Facebook. That's nice as well. But literally, like, pick up a book and read. They got some pages to it. This one is blank, but you get the point. So, but read something that you absolutely enjoy reading, whether it's a novel, an article, something that sparks your interest. Even once a week, find you something that is 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm going to tell you now, if you do that, it will absolutely start to fuel that brain power. Where a lot of times in our community, we have struggled with our young people to focus, and even our adults as well, with ADD. And you've heard that statement. And I'm not saying it's easy to read and focus on one thing, but it takes practice. So it's important for you to pick something that you enjoy, because the mind works on things that we enjoy. It keeps repeating patterns we enjoy. Different podcasts for a different day, but I want to give you that tool. Read something you enjoy. Tip one. Also, talk to others. Talk to people that stimulate your intellect, that have knowledge, that have information that you don't know. Learn something new. That sounds like we say it and we hear it, but do we apply it? So those are your two things. Read something you're interested in, even if it's a book that you've read before. Pick it back up. You know, The Bluest Eye. If you need to read a novel, a newspaper, something that is off of electronics, something that actually will take a quiet space for you to be able to do. Love your mind enough to give it information. Even if it's something about health, it doesn't matter. Whatever is interesting to you. So body, we need to move a little bit. We need to move a little bit. You know, and we love to dance. How many of y'all sit there on your phone, on social media sites, on the computer, tablets, whatever you have, and what you end up doing is scrolling and watching all these dance and TikTok challenges. And are you moving as your finger? Up and when your body, you get, oh, my back hurt, and oh, my neck, oh, my neck. But if you begin to move yourself, you'll find that you're a lot more limber than you realize. And I'm doing that because, you know, I just been sitting today and I need to roll some things, you know. So that may sound funny and look funny, but it's really your body is made to move. And a way you can love it is by moving it. So we are in a day and age where everybody's like, I don't feel like it. Let's just sit down. And it's messing with our health, which in turn is killing us off, right? Because we need movement, we need strength, we need our bodies. While we are here, we need to be able to move. And so it's important that we move it intentionally. Intentional movement. Sleep is another one for your body. And then maybe I'll give you 9, because I'm about to give you a third one. You need to drink some water. Talking to my own self, okay? So write these down, come back to this video, share it. Because when we talk about self-love, you thought I was going to say, go buy you something to eat, go buy some flowers, buy you a dress, which is nice, buy you a suit, get your hair done. All those things are wonderful. But you want to invest in things that are going to be long-term. Watering your body. And I mean pure water in your body, not just any. You need clean water, because water and sleep is the foundation of the body. We need water and sleep for health, and we need movement for health. Body. For your soul, emotions, the heart, it's going to be this part. So this one is the struggle of, in the Black community, you know, with being honest about our need for help, our need for love, our need for affection. A lot of times it's easy to show it in some cases, but when we talk about the vulnerability of the heart, that's one that in history has not always been on our side, because showing the vulnerability of the heart can also bring pain and bring hurt. But it's bringing healing. And as we talk about, especially because I'm a drama therapist and I do movement, and I help people to use their body and become safe in their body again in order to release the tension, the hurt, the pains that are getting in the way. of them moving through healing in life. So be honest about your emotions. Find, again, we talked about it before, find that safe person. That's self-love. Loving me is that I'm gonna find somebody that can really be a support for my emotion. When we talk about if I can't find people, this is a really great tool. It's a journal. You probably can't see it because it's kind of shining, but it's a tool. And the purpose of me bringing this up when I say release unhealthy things, because if you can see this word right here, a great way to release is to forgive. It's not easy, but it's very important. A lot of people that have medical conditions that doctors cannot figure out, don't know why their heart, high blood pressure when it's not in the family, or don't know why they are having these different issues. A lot of time with stroke and different things like that, the body is trying to release the trauma or the hurts and the pains that have been stored in it over the years. And a lot of it is unforgiveness, anger, and bitterness. So when we say, I don't like talking my problems out, sometimes you need to talk it out, write it out. As I said before, move it out, dance it out, because you need to release it so that your body can heal. Right now, you probably feel stuck or stagnant because there's something that needs to be released. Last but not least, your spirit. Spirit is really important because it's the foundation of our lives. So, as I said before, this is a representative of our book. The writing, the journaling, reading is a way for us to love ourselves. Read, whether you read scriptures, read something that's going to spiritually enhance you. Pray. We have always been spiritual beings as the Black community. So praying, and also recognizing the history, our spiritual history, and connecting again to who we are. We talk about Black history. That's a spiritual thing, to be able to connect to community. That is important. One thing that I will say that we have done, we've been really great in showing self-love through appearance. With our hair, don't talk about our hair. We're going to get our hair done. We're going to get nails, and we're going to look good on the outward. But what are we putting inside of us? What do we put in our mind? What are we taking into our heart? What are we putting into our body? What are we putting in our spirit? Because it doesn't matter how good you look on the outside. True love takes care of the whole person. And so I say that because I know that throughout our history, we've not had great health, because as you see, a lot of strokes and high blood pressure, diabetes, the numbers are really high among the African American communities. And we can change those numbers. People, are probably talking to you a lot about really helping to, or really starting to eat earth-bearing foods. So again, it's really about what we take in, what we are taking into our bodies, and what we take into our spirit. So I say that because I don't just mean that as a natural thing, but are you taking in bitterness? Are you taking in anger, taking in gossip, taking in malice and strife? We have to be really careful that we're not taking things in that will set up spiritual bombs inside of us and explode later on in our mental, physical, social, or excuse me, mental, physical, and spiritual health. We want to be sound. And so, of course, when we talk about spirit, music is a huge, huge connector and healer. So we want to make sure that we are listening to music that's going to lift us, encourage us, and empower us. So those are your tips. I didn't want to keep you. I just want you to be able to have those, come back to them. Self-love. And I know a lot of people may be struggling if they're single or don't have a partner during this holiday, when people are talking about, you see bears and candy. And again, the candy, the foods, the sweets that we put in, the false or artificial foods. I've been guilty because I like sweets. I'm not going to act like I don't. But I've had to really, again, when we talk about self-love, boundaries are really important. When you talk about that heart and that spirit, when you begin to set boundaries for your body, boundaries for yourself, doing all these things are boundary setting. I'm going to set a boundary and start reading. I'm going to set a boundary and drink water. I'm going to set a boundary and go to sleep and get rest. I'm going to set a boundary and be honest and forgive. I'm going to set a boundary that I'm not going to hold in unforgiveness and bitterness and all these other things. I'm going to have a boundary that I'm going to enhance the growth of my spirit. All of those are healthy things to do to improve your health and to make sure that the legacy that you leave is a healthy one. It's a strong one. Now, again, we've been strong on spending our money on outward things, cars and houses and things that are tangible, that can go away in a moment. But the legacy you leave, the character you leave family members and friends and loved ones that you have interactions with, that will never die. So hope that you will love, 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 love on yourself. We talk about Black love. This is the ultimate way to have Black love. Love. We talk about spirit. Love God. Love yourself. Love others. Don't get any better than that. You guys have a great and beautiful and loving week. And get some movement. And singing, we do that too. But I ain't gonna give you no more tips. Y'all have a great night. And thank you for listening to another Drama is Life. We will see you back here next week as we continue our conversation on legacy and Black history. Bye-bye. Get to move.